I was raised by two very odd people who had a very odd combination in their thinking about Christianity. My father was a Presbyterian minister, author, preacher, and we were Presbyterian USA. And I grew up in mega churches with thousands of people and my dad preaching. And so what happened was that my father is this big preacher and figure in the church in America, but he was politically radically liberal, socially liberal, and progressive in all things. But he was a strict Calvinist, which is an odd combination, because what you have there is you have the progressive, the strong Democrat voting party line, open-minded, but radical Calvin, like strict, like predestination, total depravity, the whole of tulip. And they had me reading The Institutes of the Christian Religion by John Calvin in high school. I was reading it then. And it was funny, actually. When I was in college, people always laughed at me because I read The Institutes of the Christian Religion for fun. But Calvin, the important thing about Calvin, this is what I learned most about Calvin. He was right about one thing at least, which is the total depravity of man, which is that human beings' natures on their own is broken. Human beings on their own have a tendency to hurt other people and to live selfishly, hurt themselves, hurt others, hurt God. But you see, Calvin said he was the first, he stressed it more than anything about human nature and about the total depravity of humanity. And I firmly believe that. And I say to all those humanists and to people who think this is ridiculous, have you not read history? Have you not read the newspapers? Of course humanity is totally depraved. Just look at the world around you. Of course it is. Of course everyone's selfish and hurting other people. People who say that humankind is basically good and doesn't need fixing is in deep denial and is shutting their eyes to the reality of the history of humanity. And when you look at this world, this slaughterhouse, whorehouse of a world today, and you go, this is the best it's ever been on the planet in the history of the world, and we're in hell. Because people instinctively are selfish and hurt other people. They hurt other people they use the expense of others to make themselves succeed. And nothing can be done in your situation until you're able to admit that your nature is broken and needs fixing. Because I say, if you're happy, if you're fully content, if you're living love, that's great. But the rest of us here on planet Earth are in hell. And we need something. We need medicine. And that medicine is living Christ's ethics and loving all the people of the earth. and treating other people in the way you want to be treated. And that's everything.